Hello and welcome to Car Dealer Live. In this special series of videos, we are going to be announcing the winners of the Car Dealer Power Awards 2022. Now in this video, it's my great pleasure to reveal the winner of the Warranty Provider of the Year category, and it's Warrantywise. Joining me now is the firm's CEO, Lawrence Whittaker. Hello, Lawrence.
Hi, James. How are you?
Very well. And more importantly, how are you? Huge congratulations from us here at Car Dealer Magazine. What does it mean winning this award?
Well, I think it's something that the whole team has worked so hard on delivering a better quality product. And I think it's when you're dealing in car warranties, obviously you've got the dealer's reputation on the line, you've got our reputation on the line, you've got the consumer who's in the car as well, and it's all tied up together. And I think what we do at Warrantywise, which I think is different to a lot of companies, is we never really ever stick to our terms and conditions. We always go above and beyond. So, for example, I mean, we had one this week with a Ferrari claim for a wheel bearing, and the wheel bearing had worn out. And it was a case of the dealer was obviously unhappy that the car had broken down. The customer was unhappy the car is broken down, but the wheel bearing had just reached the end of its life and really probably wasn't covered and not covered by any warranty that would exist. But I ended up speaking to the customer. I spoke to the car dealer. We paid the claim. It was £2,600 because it's worth going above and beyond your terms and conditions to make the customer happy and to obviously provide that great service for the car dealer. And sometimes I think having that personal touch, like for me, I'm on all the car dealer forums, my mobile number's on there. I speak to our car dealers every day, and we have over 3,000 car dealers that buy warranties off us. And I spend most of my time, speaking to car dealers, trying to understand what they need from us that could be better, as well as obviously our entire team. So I think it means an awful lot to the company that it feels like we're going in the right direction. To have won this award 3 years in a row is just mind-blowing to me. I'm so proud of the team and what we're achieving at Warrantywise.
Yeah, I was going to say it's the third year in succession you've won. I mean, does the feeling ever get old, or is it still as good as it was in year one when you won?
Oh, I think it gets better actually. I think because when we got the message to say we'd won, we had a party at the office. We bought everyone lunch. I think me and my family went out that night. It's one of those great feelings that make you feel like this is the biggest award in the industry for us, and it's the only thing that you spend all year working towards. Being in a position where you can say it's voted for by car dealers, which is really important. So if car dealers think you're doing a good job, that is for me the icing on the cake of all the hard work that you put into your business all year long, and it means the world to all of us.
Yeah, well, I mean, during the year we've seen, you produced some data naming and shaming the most unreliable cars and the most reliable, and really that does go to show how important warranties still are. They always have been important, and they still continue to be a hugely important feature for dealers to offer to customers.
Oh, I mean, I think what's really shocking, I think when the electric car movement started, everyone was saying to me, "Oh, what will Warrantywise do? What will you do with electric cars? Because they won't go wrong." But the problem is our data is showing that they are going wrong more than normal, ICE vehicles. So I mean, for example, I think the biggest problem with electric vehicles is people get one, like a Tesla Model S, for example, and they'll say to their family and their friends, "Come and sit in this car, watch how fast it does 0 to 60 in." And all that power going through the drive shaft, which, fair enough, if you buy a Porsche or Ferrari, then they have beefed up drive shafts, but all the power going through the drive shaft on a Tesla just cannot cope with it. And we are seeing time and time again broken diffs and drive shafts on electric vehicles. And that's a problem that no one really envisaged would happen. But it's purely because, and I think it's and also a problem to do with the mentality of the owner, because when you drive an internal combustion engine car, you have the needle that goes to 90 degrees, when everything's nice and warm in the engine, and everyone kind of knows, oh, I'm not going to boot this car until it's warm, or I'm not going to drive it quickly because something might break. Whereas in an electric car, you get in one, and like from the minute you're getting it in the morning when everything's freezing anyway, you just it's the temptation to drive it quickly because there's no engine is I think is overwhelming, really, and it causes these problems.
Yeah, I had actually considered that, but you make a very valid point there about electric cars. Yeah, I mean, because it's just seen as ease of use. You the car's plugged in overnight. You unplug it, get in the car, and you just drive, don't you? And it seemed to be sort of an easier sort of form of transport. But you actually make quite an interesting point there, actually. So, but more importantly, going back to Warrantywise, I mean, how has the last 12 months been for you? Has it been incredibly busy?
I think we've definitely been busy. I think the summer has been a difficult summer for a lot of car dealers. I think the supply and the demand it's funny because there's a lack of supply, but there's also been a lack of demand because the used car prices have risen so much that I think people just had to, especially with inflation, the cost of living crisis, people just had to get a little bit used to where the new normal is. And we saw a little dip in used car prices, but then now in September what we saw was a resurgence in used car sales, and I think that's because the prices have now been the new normal has been accepted. Consumers are used to the price of used cars now. I think that the price for, as we discussed off before the interview, the used car prices for the first time in 12 months have risen. And I think that is a really great sign for the car dealers, because people are now readjusted to the price of used cars. They're willing to buy used cars again, in the numbers they did before. And I think it's a great place, for a car dealer to be, because the weaker car dealers may have left the business or gone out of business, and now the ones that have managed to ride this summer are in a great position to take advantage of the coming months and to flourish.
I mean, with there being a new car shortage, a lot of people are hanging on to their used cars longer than 3 years and more. I mean, have you seen like an uptick in the number of sort of extended warranty products being taken out?
100%, yeah. I mean, the amount of people that are now keeping hold of their used car because for whatever reason they can't buy a new car. Obviously, there's a 2-year waiting list on Land Rover and Jaguar products. There's a 2-year waiting list on BMWs and Mercedes. There's 12-month waiting list on Fords. People are no longer in that position where they can simply just go and buy a new car. And even if you have a car on lease or on Multability or on finance, the car is still getting to 3 years old and coming out of manufacturer's warranty. So, you are, for the first time, a lot of people who would rely on buying a car every kind of 3 years and having the manufacturer's warranty, for the first time ever, they are now in a position where they're thinking, well, wait a minute, I need to look at an extended warranty option. And we're definitely seeing an uptake in that.
Yeah. Well, Warrantywise, 3-time car dealer power winner. Sounds pretty good. Once again, Lawrence, huge congratulations from us.
Thank you very much. And thanks for all your support at Car Dealer Magazine.
Pleasure. Well, that's it for this particular Car Dealer live video. To find out the rest of the award winners, make sure you click the Car Dealer Power tab at the top of our website. But for this video, thanks very much for watching, and goodbye.